right, welcome back to the newest episode of the Less of a Man podcast. This is episode, I don't even want to put a number on it.
Yeah, I don't think we should put any numbers on it right now.
Yeah, who knows what episode, because we flip-flop so much. But my mental health is going to lean onto this topic that we're going to discuss. And, like, I don't like to use this word, but I'm going to use it, all right? The worst type of nigga is the second, let me say, the second worst type is a woke nigga. The one that thinks they're smarter and more intelligent than everybody else. And like, I got more of it to this coming up week. And I don't know why they think that, I'm sorry, I hit my camera, I'm getting so intense. I was like, why do they think they done found the holy grail of knowledge that nobody else has? Like, I was talking to somebody and she was like, black people are all sheep, and because they vote for Democrats, they're all sheep. And I said, no. I was like, first of all, you're talking to highly educated people who have master's degrees, PhDs, like, who graduated top of their class. I was like, we're highly educated people, and you talking down to us to say we're so easily brainwashed. I said, maybe we vote Democrat because that's what we feel is the best party. Maybe it's just that simple. But why do you guys think that they think they have the holy grail of knowledge that just nobody else has? Like they found Google or something.
So I got something for that. Then, if that's the case, then Republicans would be sheep too, because they're more likely to vote party line than anybody else.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
No, but the funny thing about it is they're both sheep, because she's a sheep because she saw some things on Google and then followed that. Like, she was like, she said Trump is a racist, Biden is racist. Trump has actually said and done racist stuff. Biden, you're still going to talk about the crime bill because that's the only thing you have to go to. But him being racist is theoretical. He you know what I'm saying? He said some stupid stuff, but he hasn't said racist things. So you're a sheep because you don't know.
Well, my thing is, believe what you want to believe and be as woke as you want to be. But don't you push your wokeness on me, is what kind of throws me off. It's like, don't think that just because you've learned, now your eyes are open all of a sudden that, I'm over here with eyes closed. No, congratulations. You now have an opinion to stand on, or some morals to stand on, or whatever you want to define it. But don't necessarily go ahead and push whatever you now all of a sudden believe for the past 5 minutes on me. So that's kind of what annoys me a little bit about it. So.
And then stun us if we don't believe, like, y'all don't know this knowledge? You need to.
I mean, do you say that's a woke person or just a person that really is just?
I call them woke.
Irresponsible. Because I don't like to put woke with people that are irresponsible with their platform or with the knowledge that they have, because woke to me is a person that really does understand, is able to relate to things that influence or affect our community.
Well, the thing about I kind of disagree with you a little bit too, Edward, because to say that someone woke is to imply that they were once asleep. I guess it's kind of what throws me off, and like all of a sudden, like they were completely blind to everything in the world, and in this one moment happened where all of a sudden they kind of know what's going on. Because for someone to be woke, someone has to be not woke. And the problem with that is that for the people that we consider to be unwoke, is the ones that apparently are lost or don't know what's going on. And not simply, maybe I just don't agree with you. And it's as simple as that. You know what I'm saying? So
I disagree with you. Yeah. Hold up. I disagree with you, EJ, is that I think it started as that.
Yeah, exactly.
Started as the knowledge and stuff, but it's been overused and everybody's doing it, and it's these people who think they're so much smarter than everybody. Like, I wanted to tell her, like, you're not smarter than me. Like, I read constantly. I'm at the top of my class. I have a master's degree. I read constantly. You can ask my wife. I read articles and stuff about this stuff constantly. I don't speak about stuff I don't know about. So, like, when she brought up Paris and her putting people to, like, I don't know enough of that to speak, so I don't speak about it. But then we had a friend of ours, a king, jumped in and he helped me out with it. But when you talk about, she was like, the 94 crime bill, and he hasn't apologized for it. What did I do? I sent her a link of Biden talking about it and apologizing and answering the questions. And she was like, well, he doesn't have a plan with police reform. He said he wasn't going to defund the police, and I'm mad at that. I said, true. He said that. He said he wasn't going to defund the police, but he said he was going to reform the police, send her a link, and she was like, I don't believe that. Like,
he actually said he would reform criminal justice. So, I mean, I'm confused. Does that not include the police system?
It's just that people, he actually says, I'm going to sit around with police officers, black people in the community, everybody, and we're going to come up with a plan. He says that, but that's not good enough for people. And she was like, that's what threw me off about him. And I was like, but Trump ain't said nothing. I was like, the new Trump supporter, hold on, AJ, and I'm going to let you talk.
Go ahead.
The new black Trump supporter is the one that all they do is dog out Harrison Biden. But they don't say anything about Trump. They just dog out Harrison Biden the whole conversation. So then when you say something about Trump, they're like, I'm not a Trump supporter. And you're like, no, everything you said points to you being the Trump supporter. Go ahead, EJ.
Right. Yeah. If you really we're talking about social justice and what Biden has said and what he said he's going to do and what Trump has said, Biden has had a plan in place for a very long time that's been on his website, 23-page long, basically outlining exactly what he wants to accomplish, how he wants to accomplish it. Whereas Trump has a 1-page document,
the Platinum Plan,
that's like some type of propaganda or suggestion of, these are some things that I might want to talk about, but it's nothing is clearly defined. And that's the thing that I hate about it. But when you say about woke and you describe them, I understand what you're saying and I get what you're saying. I completely agree that there are people that definitely mess up the term of woke and make it into something that's not. But when you say that, I want you to caution people say the same thing about Black Lives Matter. So we just got to be very careful when we think about things like that. People say all Black Lives Matter people because they see these pictures of people doing whatever or being whatever or rioting or looting, and now they completely associate that with that. So that's my skepticism of just putting all those woke people, which are aggressively woke, into that category that way. But I definitely agree with you.
I think it's the difference is I don't think like us intellectuals, I would think us four are intellectuals. I don't think we use woke anymore. I don't think like real like knowledgeable people use it anymore. I think the only people use woke are these extreme people who claim that they're woke. That's why I say it's a little different.
And also, why do you need to proclaim that I am woke? It's like, let's think about that for a second.
It's a way of proving that you're better. Like these people think that they're better. That's why I'm saying they think that they have the knowledge that nobody else got.
And I think and I'm glad you said that because there is a little bit elitism with it, where I am better than you. But not only that, what defines you as woke, particularly with our black culture? Because we don't even have a definition of what our culture is per se, because it's not necessarily ingrained in anything. And I don't know if that makes sense, because think about the original culture that we had. As if we go back to our ancestors and whatnot, that culture was pretty much ingrained in some type of concept or belief or some type of background. Whereas as African Americans, we're trying to develop a culture that's pretty much not rooted in anything, which is why we get into arguments sometimes about the most simplest things that really truly doesn't have necessarily anything to do with defining on whether or not we're black or not. Think about the conversation we were having probably not during our first podcast, where we were like, if you don't eat collard greens, if you don't, joking around and stuff like that. Whereas, of course, we're jokingly saying that, but there truly are some people out there who really use that type of definition when it comes to defining whether or not someone is better at being black or not better at being black. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's kind of what makes I put that category only because we really don't have a defined culture and the guidelines of what our culture is. So I don't know if y'all.
No, it's so evolving that why are we arguing about it? Because it changes so much. Like, it's no defined this is what it is, and maybe it should. But we kind of don't know what it is, but we're quick to argue what it isn't. Like we're very arguing. We're ready to attack whatever we feel isn't. And so that's what I want to look up.
Yeah, that's an interesting point.
Mm-hmm.